Hello soulmates, welcome back to my channel. This is Soul with Pivot. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. So today we're going to be learning how to make this simple dress. Enjoy as you watch. I made use of 3 yards of crepe fabric. I went ahead to fold my fabric into 4. We are cutting the back and the front at the same time. So I went ahead to measure the length, my gown length. My gown length is 40 inches plus 1 inch, 41 inches. So I cut off the excess. My shoulder measurement is 14 inches. Divided by 2 is 7 inches. I added half inches allowance. So 7.5 inches is what I marked. And I came down by 1 inch for shoulder slope. For the neck width, I measured 3 inches for both the front and the back. For the depth of the back neckline, I came down by 1.5 inches. For the front neckline, I came down by 3 inches. For the armhole, I came down by 7.5 inches. That's I used the same measurement I used for my shoulder. For the vertical measurement, I went ahead to measure from the shoulder to the waistline, and I have 16 inches. While my shoulder to hips measurement is 23 inches. For the chest measurement, my chest measurement is 38 inches. Divided by 4 is 9.5 inches. I added 1 inch for ease, and I also went ahead to add another 1 inch for seam allowance, making it 11 inches. My waist measurement is 34 inches. Divided by 4, 8.5 plus 2 inches, 10.5 inches. My hips measurement is 40 inches. Divided by 4, 10 inches plus 2 inches, 12 inches. Okay, so for the hem, we're going to measure out the total of what we have at our hip line, and we have a total of 12 inches. So I'm going to mark it out here plus extra 3 inches. That's what I marked at my hemline is 15 inches. So I just marked it out like this, and then I'll go ahead and connect. So I'm going to connect my back armhole. For the front armhole, I'm going to measure half of my armhole measurement, and then I'll mark it out. From that point, I will come out by ½ inches, and I'll connect it this way. So we go ahead and cut. Okay, so now because I don't want the edge of my gown to be poking up, I'm just going to go up by ½ inches, and then I'll just connect it like this. And so I'll just cut off that little excess at that point. So this is what we have. So I'll go ahead to take out my back bodies so that I can work on my front bodies. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the armhole, and then also cut off the neckline. To form the slit at the front, I came down by 4 inches, and from this upper side, I came out by ¼ inches. I didn't want it too wide, and then I connected it this way. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. Now, because I want to add pocket, I will go ahead and notch my waistline. The pocket is optional though, so this is what we have. So the next thing I will do is to go ahead and cut facing for both the front bodies and the back bodies. So after cutting the facing, I'll go ahead and place it this way, and then we'll go ahead and sew. I'll do same for both the front and the back neckline. So after joining my facing, I'll go ahead and notch so that it will relax. So you turn it inside out and then go ahead and give it a nice press. Now if you want it to stay in place, you can go ahead and add hemming gum, which is what I'm going to do. The next thing we're going to do is to join our front and back bodies together. So I'm going to join it this way. I'm going to be holding fabric to fabric, facing to facing, and then I'll go ahead and sew. So after sewing, this is what we have. So to cut out my sleeve, I'll go ahead and measure what we have here, and I have 11 inches. So I have this piece for my sleeve fabric. It is folded into 4, and the length is 21 inches plus 1 inch allowance, 22 inches. I came down by 4.5 inches and I drew a straight line. So at that point, I'm going to place my tape to measure the 11 inches. So we go ahead to mark half the midpoint of the 11 inches, which is 5.5 inches. Now from that point, I also mark the midpoint of this line. I'll also mark the midpoint of this line. Now from the midpoint, I'll go up by ½ inches. From this other side, I came down by ½ inches, and then I'm going to connect it like this. So I have to reconfirm my armhole measurement and make amendments if needed. For the width of my sleeve, I used 15 inches. You can use more, but I think I'm perfectly fine with this. So I connected it this way. Then I went up by 1 inches, and then I connected it back to the sleeve. So we'll go ahead and cut. After cutting, I'm going to be placing my 2 sleeves together like this so that I can just trim off a little, because of that front armhole. So I'm just going to take it out a little, and then that is it. And then I'm just going to mark it so that I'll know that this side is for my front and also this side. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring in my main bodies, and then I'll place the sleeve on it, and then I'll go ahead and sew. After sewing, this is what we have. Next is to my pockets. So I have this long piece of fabric folded into 4. I marked out 8 inches. Then I'll go ahead and place my fingers on it this way, and then I'll just mark above it, and then I'll go ahead and cut. It's just as simple as that. So I'll bring in my main bodies. This is the point, that's our waistline. So that's where we're going to be fixing our pocket. So I'm going to mark it at the front, because we're going to be fixing the pocket front fabric facing front fabric. You can see front of the main bodies facing front of the pocket, and I'll do the same thing here, and then we'll go ahead and sew. After sewing, I went ahead to top stitch because I don't want the pocket poking out. So I'll do the same for the other side, and then this is what we have. So I went ahead to top stitch. After top stitching, we'll go ahead and join. So I'm going to join from my armhole down to the bodies, the pockets, to the hemline, and then that is it. I'll fold the bottom of my belt sleeve and also fold the hemline of my dress, and this is what we have. Like, we are simply done. Can you see my pockets sitting so beautiful? And then let me just rock it so that you see what it looks like. And then this is me rocking my gown. Like, it's looking so beautiful, simple and classy. If you know you enjoyed this tutorial, please